Wrestling fans, what's going on, man? It's Black Couch Booking here with a brand new video. If you're new to the channel, please like, comment, subscribe. And if you're old to the channel, man, you already know the vibes, bro. We about to hit 800 videos on this channel. I'm not mistaken, we probably hit it today because today is a triple upload, man. I think this is the first time on this channel I did a triple upload. I'm not sure if I ever did this before. Hope y'all enjoy it, man. Hope you guys watch all three of the videos. And, you know, these aren't just nonsense throw-together videos. I actually, like, worked on these videos, put thought into these videos. So, hopefully y'all enjoy it, man. You know what I'm saying? That, you know, I hope y'all enjoyed the marathon. Couchmas is over. It's been real. It's been fun. Obviously, I'm in the car. Y'all know what that means of one or two things. Either I'm about to make a self-improvement video or I'm waiting to go inside the gym. And, obviously, I'm waiting to go inside the gym. Because today's video, we're doing a review of AEW World's End. Now, let me say this. I did not catch it fully live the first time. If y'all saw the two streams last night, bro, my mind was tweaking. And I don't think it's AEW fault. It was raining hard. So, like, it kept, like, pausing and skipping. I think I'll blame Xfinity and the weather. So, AEW, you off the hook for that. But let me get right into it. I did not watch the 0 hour, but I kind of want to go back and watch it. I think it's on YouTube because Tony Storm, Leah Gray, the battle of fine shit. So I gotta watch it now. So I'm gonna go back and watch it, and I don't want to see Leo Rush and them boys get busy. So I want to see that, but I'm gonna go out of order a little bit because I didn't really care about this match. Powerhouse Hobs, I think Powerhouse Hobs, it was a cool match. But I will say I didn't expect him to win. Not gonna lie, obviously these Teslas are really bold. Like, you got to pull up on me like that. Like, I didn't expect Powerhouse Hobbs to win. My takeaway more so was when I seen on social media that MVP liked the post of the highlights of the match. I'm like, so is that kind of teasing that MVP Powerhouse Hobbs to the hurt Syndicate? Is he like looking at him? Is he scouting him out? That was my biggest takeaway. Cool match. Obviously, I didn't think he was going to win. For real. I genuinely thought that this pay-per-view, most champions were going to retain. So that's that. Now, let's get into the nitty-gritty. Ricochet versus Okada. Let me say this. I do not like Okada in AEW. I don't think he really got that aura. Like when you hear about Okada in New Japan and winning the G1 Classics and all this, he really feel like a big deal. AEW is kind of like, that's just my opinion, though. I mean, I know a lot of people like Okada, but I knew first things first, match straight. People are talking about that spot where Ricochet was and Okada was running through the ropes. He just slapped him. This is in character for what Ricochet is right now. I thought that was fine. People saying that make Ricochet look weak and he getting buried and all that. I think they're on the verge of doing what they're supposed to do with Ricochet. Like, genuinely, I'm not just saying that to be like the power of positivity or nothing like that. I genuinely think that they're about to find something. Like, it's almost there. And with the end of the match, Swerve coming out. I didn't see this coming. With Prince Nana, with the tissue paper, giving the crowd tissue paper, the crowd throwing the tissue at Ricochet with the tissue wrapped around him. Yes, make this a thing. Basically, Ricochet is going to be a heel. Cool, because even though Swerve, it's kind of like he's bullying Ricochet by taunting him with the tissue and all that. Ricochet's a jerk. You seen, he said, you know, the Samantha making me a sandwich online. Ricochet is playing into it. He's doing a great job online. You need to bring that online persona into real life. Like, Ricochet is like a troll online talking mad nonsense, but then when you see him in person, it's like, why are you talking to me like that? Why are you talking to me like that? I like this Ricochet. He's not buried. Bro, people talking about he could have stayed in WWE for this. They wasn't doing nothing with him in WWE. At least he's on TV more. He's getting more shine. Ricochet has wrestled on more pay-per-views in AEW than the last, like, year of his WWE career. I'm probably exaggerating, but y'all get the point of what I'm trying to say. Hold on. Celsius hasn't sent me an email, so I'm exploring my other options. See what this hitting for. Celsius. You hear that can? I know it's gonna be good. Ooh, oh, nice. Ooh, I felt that. I feel like Vin Diesel. I'm about to start driving when I took a sip of this. 210 calories. That's what you gotta watch out for. Good drink though, nonetheless. So yeah, man, I like Ricochet, bro. Okada winning, cool, whatever. I'm biased. I wanted to see either Ricochet and Ospreay in the final, or Fletcher and Okada if Fletcher would have beat him. Which brings me to the next match. Well, this was actually the first match, but I'm going out of order. Kyle Fletcher versus Okada, straight. Kyle Fletcher versus Will Ospreay, great. Actually, I'm tweaking. Kyle Fletcher is the future of AEW. I hope Tony Khan is paying attention. Kyle Fletcher is really that guy. Got rid of that hair, so he looked like his own man. I love his theme song. I loved his entrance. I love the Welcome to the Jungle video package before, the match started. Will Ospreay is one of the best wrestlers in the world. Will Ospreay is one of the best wrestlers in the world. I doubted him. I was mad at him because he didn't decide to go to WWE, but he made the right choice because he's getting to showcase his talents truly and through on AEW. I didn't like the 50-50 because Kyle Fletcher beat him, and then Ospreay beat him back. I didn't like that. But if they weren't going to go all the way with Kyle Fletcher, I figured he would take the L to Will Ospreay. But Kyle Fletcher is still on a run, so it's not going to kill his momentum or anything like that. It was a good match. A lot of people complain about Ricochet and Will Ospreay with the flippy dippy stuff. I think, and I'm not crapping on Ricochet, I think Will Ospreay is a little different because he can do more. Like, Will Ospreay can do what Seth Rollins and Kenny Omega do and still do flippy dippy stuff, in my opinion. I'm not saying he's better than them, because Seth Rollins and Kenny Omega, for me, like, one day I think Kenny Omega better, one day Seth Rollins better, but Will Ospreay, to me, is still under them. But this match was good. This match was good. That chop to I was like, bruh. Like, when I watched it, I had to, luckily I got to rewatch it, so I got to rewind it. I was like, bro, I'm like, did he mean to chop him that close to the throat or in the throat? Was that supposed to happen? Was that a mistake? But I'll take it, man. Great match. I'm not giving matches ratings per se. If y'all want me to, Powerhouse Hobs match, out of 5, I'll give it a 3.5. Ricochet, Okada, I'll give it a 3. I don't like Okada. I'm not going to slander the man. It was a good match. Ospreay, Kyle Fletcher, I'm going to get at a 4. 4 out of 5, no cap. Let's go to the Women's Championship, Mariah May, Thunder Rosa. First of all, I didn't even know Thunder Rosa was still on TV. So when this match came about, I thought they were going to go straight into Mariah May versus Mina, but whatever. I'm fine with that. I'll take it. Let me see what we can get out of this. I've always liked Thunder Rosa. Y'all probably haven't heard me say that a lot, but I was a big fan of Thunder Rosa. And Mariah May did make my top 10 heels women of 2024 list, which was a pleasant surprise. Match is straight though. I'll give it a 3 as well. So when Thunder Rosa brought out the pinata, I was like, what is she about to do with this pinata? It had thumbtacks in it. I didn't know that. I don't know if that's a main staple for her. But when she bought the pinata, I'm like, oh man. So, sadly, it didn't work out for her. She did take the L. But like I said, I kind of already knew going into this that most of the championships were going to be retained. Because I don't think he wants to drastically change anything going in 2025. You want to make a big splash at the beginning of 2025 with the first pay-per-view, whatever the case may be. So that's fine. It was a cool match. Nothing too crazy. I'm ready to get the belt off of Mariah May, though. I think Mariah May is a person that don't really need the belt. That's nice to build up your young upstart. You feel me? This is what they should be doing with a certain other blonde with a pink briefcase in another company. But that's neither here nor there. We'll wait till 2025 for that. So yeah, man, it was cool. I like Thunder Rosa a lot, though. Her, and I'll talk about this next person, her and Chris Statlander are two very interesting cases in AEW for me. Because those two feel like they should be the champs. But, everybody can't be the champs at the same time. It's just weird because Chris Statlander, Big Booty Statlander, versus my favorite women's wrestler of all time, who proved once again that she's the greatest technical women's wrestler of all time, Mercedes Monet. 4.5 out of 5. I'm not being biased. That was a banger. So for everybody that was saying that the first one wasn't that good, what you think about this one now? And if you didn't watch the match, find a way to watch the match on YouTube, whatever the case may be. Find the highlights. Bro, The only thing I like about the match, that finish with the back and forth pin and all that was kind of really, really shaky. Not gonna lie, I was hella confused. At first, I thought Mercedes Monet lost because I was like, who's the one taking the pin? Who the one got the shoulder? Like, I was mad confused at first, but in a way, it was kind of good because it left people like, what's happening? What's going on? So then when we found out that she did win, it's like, oh, all right, cool. But I love Mercedes Monet. Great wrestler. My favorite women's wrestler of all time. She's proved once again that she's just the best with the matches. Chris Statlander is great. I mean, I always knew about Chris Statlander, but Chris Statlander, the Mercedes Monet match, the match with Willow, I think Chris Statlander is going to be owed a championship, the AEW Women's Championship, if in 2025 at some point. Don't got to be a crazy long reign, but I mean, she putting in the work, she's putting in the grind. And listen, I got to give it up to both of these ladies. Is this my match of the night? Probably so. I'll say this is probably my match of the night, and I'll really give it to them, man. I really enjoyed the match thoroughly, man. I had fun. I had a blast. I had a great time watching that match. Let me see. I'm trying to go off. I usually have my handy dandy notebook, but y'all know I'm in gym mode, so I left my notebook at home. But let me say this. Oh, MJF, Adam Cole. I don't even want to talk about the match. I want to talk about, so the Undisputed Kingdom is back. Everything is good. There are no issues. But here's my thing, right? Here's my thing. Is this nigga gonna hit my car? Cool. Here's my thing, right? So is Adam Cole the heel now? Yo, people was booing Undisputed Kingdom when they stood over MJF. I think Tony Khan is like, yes, he's the heel. MJF is the babyface in situation. If that's the case, fine. I'm cool with that. I have no issues, right? But I will say, as a consumer, as a fan, it was hella confusing to figure out who's the, like what's the situation. MJF works best as a heel, but Adam Cole should be the heel in the situation. You know what I'm saying? So if that's the case now, then cool. I really wish Bobby Fish was in AEW because him not being with Roger Strong, Kyle O'Reilly, and Adam Cole feels very weird. And the other two is like, whatever. I'd rather Bobby Fish be in that position, but whatever the case may be, they need to piece it up. They need to figure out something and bring back Bobby Fish for show. A good swerve, bring back Bobby Fish to help MJF, then Bobby Fish turn on MJF. But they got to work out personal issues with that. It's beyond wrestling, I think. But yeah, man, it was cool. 3.5. I mean, listen, Adam Cole, for what it's worth, man, I like Adam Cole's style of wrestling. Is Adam Cole the most imposing figure ever? No, absolutely not. And it's not about him being small and skinny or whatever the case may be. Pete Dunne is way more imposing than Adam Cole, in my opinion. But I like Adam Cole as a wrestler. I like what he does. And MJF is just MJF is great, man. MJF is great. It took me a long time to really start liking MJF, but when he became AEW World Champion, had the Burberry strap and all, I was like, oh, this guy's fire. This dude's fire. Even the stuff with Cody as well, when he was whooping him with the belt, really got me over with MJF as well. So I'll say that. Yeah, but that match was straight. Let's go to the final. Will Ospreay, I'm going to say it again. Will Ospreay is one of the best wrestlers in the world. Came out, face all bloody, wrestled Okada. Took the loss to Okada, unfortunately. But, I mean, I figured that was going to happen. Who was going to beat Okada? I'm hoping we could spin the block with the Kyle Fletcher thing somehow. I'm more interested in the TNT Championship. If Shelton Benjamin going to take that off of Mr. Garcia, So I want to see if that's going to be the case. And if that is the case, cool. But, like, I'm not interested in the Continental belt, bro. I really wish I was. Because it's a good-looking belt, but I think it's not on the right guy. I think Okada, if you're going to make him a big-time, like, main event player, then let that be the case. And, speaking of big-time main event players, my guy, Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega is back. Let's go. I love me some Kenny Omega. Y'all might not know this, but I love Kenny Omega. I'm a huge Kenny Omega fan. I think Kenny Omega and Seth Rollins are the top wrestlers in the world. So, when Kenny Omega came back, I almost lost my brain. I'm like, Kenny Omega is back. Yes. I'm happy. Kenny Omega versus Okada. Run it. You talking about somebody making the Continental belt feel special? Kenny Omega need to beat him. immediately. Run it. Kenny Omega. Okada versus Ospreay, 4 stars. Better than the Ricochet match. I kind of like Kyle Fletcher versus Ospreay better than... I'll give it 4 stars, though. I hope I'm not skipping any matches. I don't think I am. Last but not least, Fatal 4-Way, I was very interested. I was actually very interested in this one. Even with Orange Cassidy being in it, I was interested in it. And let me say this, man. It was cool. 3.5 out of 5. Nothing too crazy happening in this match. I will say, the ref holding up the briefcase that contains Moxley's belt and not holding up the belt, I'm like, okay, that's kind of stupid. I'll let it slide. Match, cool. Jay White, man, I'm pissed Jay White took the pin, bro. Why couldn't Orange Cassidy take the pin? And I'm one of the guys, I don't like the strong booking. I don't like but sometimes do the right thing. Jay White taking the pin is nasty work. Obviously, I figured Moxley was going to retain because we still have other stories to tell. But Jay White taking the pin? Like I said, 3.5 out of 5. But another good return. My favorite superstar of all time, the rated R superstar Adam Copeland, Edge, returned. And he's going after Jon Moxley, of course, which is great. Edge versus Jon Moxley for the AEW World Championship. However, you know what this automatically made me think of? You know Christian Cage still got that contract. So Edge is going to beat Jon Moxley for the belt. And Christian going to cash in and take the belt from Edge. Book it. Tony Khan, book it. If that's not what happens, then that's a waste of time. But Edge versus Christian for a World Championship. AEW World Championship, book it. Book it. Let's do it. Even if we just cash in, Edge will probably get a rematch, so we get to get a real match. Book it! This is a great way for AEW to end their pay-per-view run in 2024. Was it the greatest pay-per-view ever? No. Like I said, I gave some matches 4s, but I gave a lot of matches 3s and 3.5s. So it wasn't the greatest pay-per-view AEW's ever done, but I will say they are very consistent with booking decent pay-per-views. This pay-per-view, to me, I had more fun with this than Full Gear. I'm not gonna lie. And Full Gear was straight, but I had more fun with this than Full Gear. I kind of wish the Continental Classic is cool, whatever the case may be, but we could have had different matches. We could have just had Swerve versus Ricochet. We could have had Bobby Lashley on the card. We could have had a lot of different matches. Garcia versus Shelton. We could have had better matches, I think. But obviously, the Continental Classic, you got to get through. You got to do what it do. But man, it was cool though. I enjoyed it. I will give it 3.5 out of 5. I enjoyed it for what it was. And I got to go back and watch the 0 Hour because I want to see how the Toni Storm match went. I think I'm almost sure she won. But other than that, man, Kenny Omega and Edge return. Kenny Omega and Adam Copeland returning great. Ricochet it's building. Tony Khan is taking the right steps. And I do want to make a video on how I think AEW could be more successful in 2025. I might save that for January 1st, though. I was going to drop it today as a part of Triple Uploads, but I dropped something else that was highly requested. So thank y'all for love and support as always, man. I appreciate you guys, and I really, really hope you can enjoy my review. I know it's a little long, but you know, I had a good time, bro. I had a good time. And AEW, for me, pay-per-views are always pretty decent. The shows week to week is the flaw that needs to be worked on, and I might have a solution for that. Stay tuned for that video. Thank you guys. Unbiased, as always.